eye for an eye. I'm going to give you facts to persuade you to think that the death penalty should be legal in all 50 states. I care about this topic because I believe in getting justice, and you never know when it could involve you or someone you care about. We're going to talk about deterrence, safety, cost, different forms in the Bible, or life for a life. Let's start by talking about deterrence. According to the deathpenalty.org, there are 41 capital crimes that are punishable by death. A couple are murder, genocide, treason, and rape of a child. If the crime is severe enough, the death penalty is needed. Capital punishment acts as a deterrent. It makes people afraid, and it makes them actually think before acting. Fear of death and the severity of the punishment may cause them not to commit the crime. Also, there is the punishment that fits the crime. Severe crimes deserve the death penalty. If someone commits rape or murder, they deserve to get the death penalty. According to research that the Washington Post conducted, between 3 and 18 lives would be saved by executing one convicted murderer. They also found that each execution results in 5 fewer homicides. To solve the problems, these are many things that can be done. Having the death penalty can make the world safer. By using the death penalty, it gets rid of the people that commit crimes and acts as a deterrent. Crime will go down if people are afraid of getting the death penalty, and the death penalty stops people from getting out of jail and committing the same crime again. Cost is a big issue. People believe it is too costly to execute someone. It costs more if someone stays on death row, so the time that is spent on death row should be cut down. It costs more in the long run to keep someone in jail for life than just executing them. These things may help. There are many different forms of the death penalty, most of which are a lot cheaper. Bringing back older forms of the death penalty would save money. Getting rid of lethal injection, which is very expensive, and hanging and electric chairs are a lot cheaper. Lethal injection costs $1,286.86 per person. The electric chair costs around $217.25 per person. States that still use the electric chair include Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. And it takes about 2 to 15 minutes for the person to die after being electrocuted. Hanging costs around $121 per person. In states that still use hanging are Delaware, New Hampshire, and Washington, and it takes about 4 to 11 minutes for the person to die. Lethal injection is when the person is strapped to a bed and they start out by giving the criminal a shot of sodium thiopental, which induces unconsciousness. Next, they get a shot of pancronium bromide, which causes paralysis and respiratory arrest. And the final shot is potassium chloride, which stops the heart, and that's the final shot that kills them. And it can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 2 hours for the person to die. Another form that was used and is still used in 2 states is the firing squad. The firing squad is the most expensive out of them, though, because they have to pay for the machine guns and their bullets. There's usually 6 people that do the firing, and the person stands up against a wall. And Oklahoma and Utah still use the firing squad. Other forms include the guillotine, stoning, gas chamber, cement shoes, burning at the stake, premature burials, and crucifixion. Most of these are no longer used in the U.S. In the gas chamber, they use nitrogen gas to suffocate the person. Arizona, California, Missouri, Wyoming, and Oklahoma still use this, and it takes about 10 to 18 minutes for the person to die. The firing squad takes less than a minute for the person to die. Next may be the biggest point, which is the Bible. In the Bible, it says an eye for an eye, and most people live by the Bible but are still against capital punishment. Now we're going to review everything we've talked about. There's a need to bring back the death penalty to all 50 states, and there are many ways to bring it back and to go with people's ideas. In Exodus chapter 21, verse 12, it states, "Whoever strikes a man so that he dies shall be put to death." Thank you for listening, and I hope this shines some light on the death penalty.